they got themselves a true number one wide receiver, Stefon Diggs, and you can argue, did they give up too much? You might. I mean, it's really a little too late for that. I mean, it's a good wide receiver draft, but Stefon Diggs wanted out of Minnesota. Buffalo was desperately in need of a true number one. John Brown played well in his role last year. Cole Beasley was exactly what we thought Cole Beasley could be on third downs and from the slot. But as they kind of build this thing around Josh Allen, I think he needed a guy that could really win one-on-one battles against the league's best, like a Stephon Gilmore. And I think he's more than capable of doing that. So I think that was a good start. And then, you go to the warm person market in Carolina to fill the void of all the losses in free agency, whether it was retirement of Lorenzo Alexander or the loss of Shaq Lawson and other guys. I mean, you go out and you get Mario Addison and Vernon Butler and Quentin Jefferson, and, that it fills a real need for this defensive front. And so I think they adequately added those pieces, which I think is important. And then whatever Josh Norman is right now, I don't know, but the best football he ever played was, for the head coach there in Buffalo. And so, I think Sean knows it better than anybody. So if there is some good football to be played for Josh Norman, I believe that Steve, that he's going to be able to get it out of him right now.
Hey, Brian, let me ask you on the Stefon Diggs trade, and I'm open for somebody to argue that the Bills gave up too much. So can you make that argument? Maybe they gave up a first rounder and a fourth rounder, but is that what? I don't know if it's troubling you, but is that where people would go if they said they gave up too much, that they surrendered a first rounder to get him?
Well, I don't know. I mean, would they give up the 22nd pick in order to get him?
Yeah.
This is a pretty deep draft. One thing I know about the draft is it's a crapshoot. Steve knows this. You can say that this is a really deep draft in wide receivers, and I believe it is. But I don't know that all of them are going to become what Stefon Diggs has been. Which can be a game changer. I mean, I guess the extra picks that they gave up beside the 22nd pick. Maybe that ensures that you're getting a guy that knows how to play, knows how to get open, knows how to win one-on-ones. And for that little extra, you're kind of getting a proven commodity right now. Now, we got to see just how he behaves in Buffalo, because there's going to be days where he's not going to get the ball a great deal. They're either going to run it, the weather's going to be bad, Josh isn't going to be accurate, whatever it is. He's not going to get fed 10 or 12 targets a game. It's just not the way that they play. So, he's going to have to understand his role. But if he does, then I think it's a good win. I mean, you can say Jerry Jeudy or Justin Jefferson or, go through the names of all the guys that everybody knows by now. I don't know that any of those guys are a sure thing.
One of the things that sets this deal apart for me, Baldy, is no question the Bills gave up a lot to get him, a first-round pick and the rest of the picks as well. The thing that I like about the deal is that Steph Diggs is an established guy. He's a veteran guy. There's no acclimation process to him learning how to be an NFL player. And the second thing is this. I'm sitting here in Buffalo watching Amari Cooper, who is another name that was thrown around by Bills fans saying we need to get Amari Cooper. He signs a $20 million a year deal for 5 years with the Dallas Cowboys. The Buffalo Bills got Steph Diggs, who I would say is at least as good as you can put him in the conversation with Amari Cooper. For me, I think they're both good players, maybe different players, but both just as productive and both as dangerous, I would say. But they get Stefon Diggs for 4 more years at $11 million a year. To me, that makes this deal going forward way better for the Buffalo Bills than the deal Dallas signed with Amari Cooper.
Well, I mean, look, Steve, you've done your homework. I mean, you got to factor the contracts into the situation, and what that value is. I mean, I don't know that wide receivers in the $20 million category right now are that important to any team. I mean, I think you have to really evaluate all these positions right now and the value, the production, and then what it does to your cap and what it does to other parts of your football team right now. And I think when you start getting top heavy at certain positions, especially at wide receiver, I think it's probably not the right way to go right now.